Welcome to No Nonsense Psychiatry, the podcast that cuts through the noise and the confusion surrounding mental health. My name is Mark and I'm your host, and my goal is to give you the clear, practical information you need to understand your own well-being. No jargon, no fluff, just honest, helpful tools to help you on your journey. Let's dive in.
No nonsense.
Welcome back to No Nonsense Psychiatry. I'm your host, and we're here to cut through the fluff, the marketing and the woo-woo to find out what actually changes the brain. And today we're going to be talking about sound healing. Now, before you roll your eyes at the thought of crystal bowls and incense, let's look at the hard data. We're going to be diving into the neurobiology of brainwave entrainment, and this the process, I guess, of using external frequencies to physically shift your brain from a high-stressed beta state into a calm, regenerative theta rhythm. So we're exploring how sound vibrations interact with your vagus nerve to flip that switch on your autonomic nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest. We'll look at the real world cases from cancer patients overcoming debilitating fatigue to first responders using low frequency vibration to interrupt the cycle of PTSD. It's not magic, or is it? Is it physics or is it not physics? Who knows? And today we're breaking through the 3 strategies you can start to use tuning your nervous system without spending a dime on a retreat. So let's get into the science of sound, eh? Sound healing or sound therapy is an ancient practice, in fact, that uses tonal frequencies and vibrations to bring the body into a state of physical and emotional balance. And while it might feel like a modern New Age trend, it's actually one of the oldest forms of healing, used by cultures from the ancient Greeks to Tibetan monks and Aboriginal Australians for thousands of years. So here's a breakdown of how it works, what to expect and the science behind it. How does it work? The science of vibration. The core principle is resonance. So everything in the universe, including your organs, bones and cells, vibrates at its own frequency. When we are stressed or ill, these frequencies can become out of tune, if you like. And sound healing aims, I guess, to retune the body into that state. So the brainwave entrainment of it is that this is the most studied aspect of sound healing, and the brain naturally syncs its pulses to external rhythms. Sound healers use specific frequencies to shift your brain from beta state, normal, alert and stressed, to alpha, relaxed, or theta, meditative, dreamlike states. The vagus nerve and its soothing sounds stimulate the vagus nerve, which controls the body's rest and digest system, and this physically lowers your heart rate and reduces cortisol, stress hormone levels. Okay, so you get this cellular impact. So since the human body is roughly made up of 60% water, sound waves can travel through us easily, and these vibrations can act like a deep tissue massage at a cellular level, helping you release physical tension. So common instruments and method, a sound healing session is often called a sound bath because you are effectively bathed in sound waves. So common tools include singing bowls. These could be metal or crystal, and they produce this long sustained tone used to clear energy blockages and induce deep relaxation. Or they might use gongs, and these create massive complex vibrations that can feel physically intense, and that's excellent for releasing stuck emotions. A tuning fork, which is calibrated to a specific frequency and sometimes placed directly on the body to target pain or tension. And then there's binaural beats, which are 2 different frequencies played in each ear via headphones, and these trick the brain into producing a 3rd frequency to aid sleep or focus. And then drums and rattles are often used in shamanic traditions to induce a trance-like state for grounding energy. So what is the key benefits of all this? So while sound healing is complementary therapy, meaning it should support, not replace any medical treatment, people often report a reduced anxiety and stress. So one of the most immediate effects is a calm nervous system. Regarding pain management, it was particularly effective for chronic pain, migraines and fibromyalgia. And improved sleep. By shifting the brain into Delta or Theta states, it can help those with insomnia. And emotional release, it's common for people to experience a catharsism or cry during a session as the vibrations help release repressed emotions. So what to expect in a session? If you go to a group sound bath, you will typically lie down on a yoga mat with blankets and eye masks for comfort. And you set an intention, and this intention might be, I want to release stress, or I want clarity. You'll listen to the sounds for 45 to 90 minutes as the practitioner plays various instruments, and wake up slowly, and you might feel a little bit spacey or deeply relaxed afterwards. So drinking water is usually recommended. This is a story of Caroline's journey from cancer fatigue to recovery. So Caroline Rowling, a woman from England, was diagnosed with stage 1 bladder cancer in 2019. Beyond the cancer itself, she was battling debilitating fatigue, reminiscent of her struggles with ME, and chronic back pain from a previous car accident. So the experience was that Caroline began a series of just 1 hour sound healing sessions while waiting for her biopsy and subsequent surgery, and her practitioner used Tibetan singing bowls, tuning forks and gongs. The result was that Caroline reported that the lingering pattern of fatigue she had carried for years seemed to vanish after 2 sessions. Additionally, the chronic pain in her lower back disappeared and did not return. And she described the experience as more than physical. It felt though someone or something deeply embedded and broken something deeply embedded and broken within her had finally become integrated and whole again. And she eventually went on to become a sound healing practitioner herself. A gentleman named Doug, breaking the PTSD cycle. Doug Monda, a former narcotics officer and founder of a foundation for first responders, turned to sound therapy, specifically a system called biosound, during a crisis involving severe PTSD, depression and anxiety. The experience for Doug, the trauma of his career, had created this constant state of hypervigilance, while his nervous system was perpetually in fight or flight mode. So he used this specialised sound therapy bed that uses low frequency vibrations and guided imagery. Now, the result was that Doug credited the technology with being life-saving, really, and he explained that the specific frequencies allowing him to interrupt that restless stress cycle for the first time, and by manually calming his nervous system through vibration, he was able to process his thoughts more clearly and move away from the suicidal ideation that gripped him. So Doug now recommends sound therapy as a vital mental health tool for police and fire stations like firemen. So to engage in sound healing, you don't need a professional studio or professional equipment. You can start today, believe it or not, using your own body, basic digital tools, or a single foundation instrument. And here are the 3 strategies to help you begin your sound healing journey. The zero cost strategy, vocal toning. The most powerful instrument you own is your voice. And because your voice originates from inside your body, the vibrations are felt directly by your nervous system and those internal organs. So sit comfortably and take a deep breath, a slow breath, and on the exhale, make a sustained vowel sound like ah for the heart, or for the head, for the entire duration of the breath. So that might sound a bit like this. Don't worry about singing or staying in key. Focus entirely on the physical sensation of the vibration in your chest, throat and lips. Try brain humming. keeping your lips and back molars together while humming for 5 minutes before bed to signal to your brain to enter a rest state. Yeah, that's the routine. The digital strategy, sound bathing at home, so you can access high quality healing frequencies through your phone, and the best way to experiment with different recipes of sound without buying any gear at all. So the binaural beats, use headphones to listen to tracks designed specifically for brain states. For example, search the Theta waves for meditation or delta waves for deep sleep. You could go for the solfeggio frequencies. They are specific tones believed to have different effects. So a great starting point is 5 to 8 Hz, often called the love frequency, for emotional repair, or 432 Hz, the frequency of nature used for deep relaxation. By creating a digital sound bath by lying down in a dark room with eye mask and listening for a recorded 20-minute gong or singing bowl session. Or there's the hands-on strategy and start with a single home base. If you want to buy an instrument, it's best to start with one versatile tool rather than a full set, and this allows you to build a relationship with the sound. Singing bowls, for instance, are a 7 to 9 inch Tibetan metal bowl is often recommended for beginners because it is durable and produces rich grounding overtones. Or there's tuning forks, and the most precise tools are A136.1 Hz Ohm tuning fork is highly beginner friendly, and you can strike it and place the stem directly on your collarbone or sternum to feel the vibration travel through your bones. So you pick a time of day like the right after you wake up, strike your bowl or fork 3 times, listen to the sound until it completely fades into silence, and this acts as a sonic reset for your day. So that's the breakdown of sound healing. So whether it's through vocal toning, binaural beats or targeted vibration, the goal remains the same, and it uses physics to influence the physiology. It's not about escaping reality, it's about using tools of resonance to regulate a nervous system that was never designed for 24/7 noise of the modern world. As a reminder, sound therapy is a powerful complementary tool and not a replacement for clinical psychiatric intervention. But if you're looking for a low barrier, evidence-based way to lower your cortisol and shift your brainwaves, this frequency is literally in your hands. Try one of the strategies we discussed this week. Pay attention to the shift in your heart rate and your focus. Data doesn't just live in a lab. It lives in how you feel when you finally find silence. I'm Mark, and this is No Nonsense Psychiatry, and we'll see you on the next episode for more hard science on the mind.
Before we go, if you found the podcast helpful, please share it with someone who might benefit from it. You can also support the show by subscribing and leaving a review. It only takes a moment, but it makes a big difference in helping us reach more people. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode of No Nonsense Psychiatry. No nonsense.